We're trying to get Coach Sam Okpodu to also talk to us as the coach of Ikorodu United. Ikorodu United comfortably seated at the bottom of the table, but I know that's a game that they can't be saying to themselves that, look, if we win this one, we might just use it to bounce back. Coach Sam Okpodu, good evening and welcome to the program.
Thank you for inviting me.
Okay, good to have you join us. I've been talking to the media officer of Heartland, and he says they have traveled to Lagos with so much confidence. Ikorodu United, something, each time you watch that team, something just gives you hope that they might just bounce back. That game against Heartland, is that the game you think your team can use to get back to winning ways?
Well, I mean, at the moment, it's I thought our game with Ikorodu. That was one of perhaps after our game with Ikorodu. I believe, the boys put themselves in that game, and that is going to carry us into this game with Heartland. And obviously, we've been working very hard to make sure that this game tomorrow is a must-win game. Because it's the only way right now that we need to get this team, in the right frame of mind. So we are really, really prepared for this game with Heartland.
Coach, you've just called it a must-win game. I'm sure some football fans in Lagos, you have already written that down. And you've complained that your team is suffering from a little bit of inexperience. Where will you get the players that will execute this must-win game?
It's a must-win game from the standpoint that in the last 3 weeks, we have been working to develop these guys. Because experienced teams, you have to play a lot of games and you need to prepare yourself. And these guys have been going through that for the last 3 weeks. And I believe now they realize the importance of this game. The inexperience came from the fact that they are young and they don't really understand how to win these games. And in the last 3 weeks, they've been working really hard, understanding that every time they go out to play, it's a must-win game. This is not just a game. And they've done some work, and I believe, they're going to be coming out with something a little much better than we've done in the past.
Coach, Ikorodu United, one can tell that there's promise in it. You could tell that these players, they still have the self-belief that they can turn things around. What do you think is really lacking that Ikorodu United needs to get so that all of this season and the problems will just go away?
That the issues with you guys are a breaking transition with the group.
Coach, I'm saying that there's quality in this team, there's promise in it. What's that essential ingredient do you think you can add to all of these that we see in Ikorodu United that have to just turn the season around?
Well, to turn the season around, you need to start winning the match. That's the obvious. That going to happen is what I just talked about, is that the coach is started with a very young players who does not understand how to win these games. And I've said it before that you cannot play these games with young players. So we are screening new players in addition to the ones we have in-house. The key thing for us is we must start winning immediately. We're not looking at tomorrow. These players will recruited for the future, but we're about to do. And so this is going to be the key for us. Tomorrow should be a start for us. That's the push that we are taking for. So tomorrow game is a way for us to get back in our winning ways.
All right.
I know we've not done it. We've only won one game. We're not happy about it. Management is doing everything, and we are working to string some players for this season.
Okay. Thank you.
But I can assure you that the boys will take up a fight tomorrow, and the name of it is that tomorrow's game is a must-win.
That's right. That's all I keep hearing. It's a must-win game. Thank you so much, Coach Sam Okpodu, for speaking to us on the program. Thank you. And Solomon, you need to go back to your players and say, these guys were playing tomorrow. They mean business.
Yes, we know the main business. Yes, we know there will be a handful. Yes, we know the game will be difficult. But we are not here to for the Christmas. We are not here to just see the beauty of Lagos and go back. We're also here to do a job, and our fans are also waiting. So we'll give it our best. We are not saying it's a must-win game. It's a must-win game for them, but we're here to compete. We are just here to compete. Maybe if the result go away, we will be absolutely excited about it. And I guess one more thing is that remember that at the end of this season, one Heartland fan will drive a brand new Toyota Camry car, courtesy of our Watch and Win promo. Our own way of saying thank you to our fans.
And bring fans to the stadium too.
Definitely. And for each home game, they've been winning 5 smartphones per game.
Okay.
From our game against what we will still did, for every home game, they win 5 smartphones, and sometimes win airtime.
You should also reward your fans that travel all the way for your away games also. Not just the home fans. Those guys that travel away, that's loyalty right there.
I guess they are the super fans. Especially, there was this doctor that helped to resuscitate Okpodu the day he collapsed. Dr. Nathan Wokefro. Our team doctor was there, but he was in the stands watching as a fan. Guess what? This is a man that works in Omaha in Abia State, stays in Omaha, but travels to come and watch every Heartland home game in Owerri. 1 hour. That is him. And he was there, rushed, pushed the gates open, rushed to come and help his colleague who was already attending to Bambayo Boost. For me, that was fantastic. For a medical doctor to go out of his way. Even the doctor of Rivers United helped on that day. But for someone who was in the stands to come and he's a medical doctor, but he finds time to watch us. On day we played against Enyimba in Omaha, he was there. He was there waiting for us.
That's what we're saying. That's football. That's the spirit of friendship right there. Thank you so much, Solomon, for coming around. All the best to your team. Wish them all the best tomorrow as they take on Ikorodu United.
Do you wish us to beat your Lagos team?
I just said all the best. If I speak to Ikorodu United, same thing I'll say. All the best. Thank you so much, Solomon, for coming around. It was fun talking to you. And that's Solomon. He's the media officer of Heartland Football Club of Owerri. They're in Lagos to take on Ikorodu United in March day 14 of the Nigeria Professional Football League, and he has told us good stories of what football is already doing in Owerri. And what about that story of the doctor? That's the spirit of friendship that football can bring. Let's go on this break. During the break, you'll be listening to the president of the Nigeria Olympic Committee. His name is Engineer Habugumel. He says there's still a lot of issues as regards preparations for the Olympics, particularly funding, but he's saying they will support athletes to ensure that they do well at the 2016 Rio Olympics. We'll talk about it when we come back. Don't go anywhere. Stay.